JJ Lars 92. Riz
What?
is just making sure those bones don't rattle.
What's all that? Oh. Oh, what was that? Hi guys. Don't worry about that. That's something I'm working on for the future. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Oh, well, I don't know. Just the man you're looking for. You switch from PS5 to PC. How do you do the filters? So first step, go into your options, and in gameplay, you can turn them on right here, where it says Enable Loot Filter shortcut on game menu, or you can just click right here if you want to. And then you can make a filter in here, which I'm gonna use this one for now. Save. You're worried about that? Don't be worried about that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Streaking. Ayo. Alright, so I'm playing my Necromancer. So that's a weird thing to come out of my mouth. So we're going into the pit. A lot of weird things happening today. What's my favorite character so far? Sorceress. That probably won't change. Probably. Blah, 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 blah. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend, though. Do I have 3 golems? It sure looks like it, doesn't it? I spent a little bit of time yesterday working on this, trying to get it to be a build that I didn't hate playing. It's still very slow, but at least it looks cool now. Didn't you say have filters preset? So there are filters on DiabloFilter.com that you can import into the game if you're on PC. And then for console users, you would basically just have to copy the list manually and recreate it yourself. Must be a new character, damage in the hundreds, yeah. We're level 46 on my Necromancer. Why not just use boxes to level? I like leveling. I've always enjoyed that aspect of the game. I know I'm a weirdo. Made a lunatic lock? Nice. I've been thinking about either reworking my lock or making a second one to try that out because it does look fun. Twitch is telling you you're not following me. What did you do, Timmy? What did you do? Thought about building Necromancer after your Warlock, but you chose Barb. I did Barb also. So I've done Warlock, I've done Sorceress, I've done Barb, and now I'm doing Necro. Wait, we're starting a cult? What kind of cult? I'm not interested. I always thought being in a cult would be fun. Probably not something I should admit, though. You started a mass minion build, and it's already still a work in progress? Nice. Hell yeah. As soon as I saw the astral projection node on Bone Spirit, I'm like, I have to do it. And then Macrobioboy made a build using this that he called the Boner Din. I'm like, oh, now I definitely have to do it. Leading a cult is probably fun. That's fair. Just leading, though? Isn't rule 1 of starting a cult to tell people it isn't a cult? Something about that and something about Kool-Aid. I mean, I used to have a channel point redemption called Join the Cult of Riz. It's gone now, though. Bow, 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 bow. We can talk about that during the first meeting? Hell yeah. Why not level up with Whisper Chests? Yeah, because I like leveling. It's fun. Bone Storm was bugged and not working? News to me. I haven't tried Bone Storm though, so I don't know. I'm not a big Necro guy, but I was determined to try every class this season. But I have not tried Bone Storm. What up, dude? Linkin Park, hell yeah. If somebody like, you know, put a gun to my head and said you have to name one band that's your favorite band, I would have to say Linkin Park. There's other bands in the conversation, but if I had to pick one. Been listening to a lot of Bring Me the Horizon, and the song Mantra starts by asking that. Interesting. I've seen a bunch of clips of them in the last 12 hours or so. Not Incubus. Incubus is in the conversation, but I think I like Linkin Park better than Incubus. Muse would also be in the conversation. Coheed and Cambria, also in the conversation. Hoobastank in the conversation. Although they only really had 1 or 2 good albums. Kenny Chesney. No, I don't think he's in the conversation. Nickelback, definitely not. What is this build? It's just a Bone Spirit Necro that I started working on yesterday. What song is stuck in my head lately? The one I started the stream with, Doomed. Bringing Benjamin? Yeah. Get him! 5-Finger Death Punch? Hell yeah. Bringing Benjamin's your favorite? Yeah, they're really good. Alright, that went well. Boop, boop. Okay. You saw Bringing Benjamin and 5-Finger Death Punch together in 2018? Nice. I do remember, like, shortly after I moved to California, I had no money and no friends, but Linkin Park and Incubus were touring together, and I wanted to go so bad, but I just couldn't make it happen. I was so sad. What are the blue spirits floating around me? So that is Bone Spirit, but I converted it to a core skill. And I have the astral projection node on it, so it basically turns you into a Necro Hammerdin.
Oh, what is a waitress, isn't it?
Yeah, we could probably make that good. Going to Breaking Benjamin Chevelle concert? That's got to be good. I do like Chevelle. I only know a couple songs by Chevelle, but the ones I know I really like. Like, Send the Pain Below was my alarm song for a long time. Alright, so what do I want to put on here? Where'd my planner go? Blah 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 blah. We wanted. Do I have I don't have that yet. I do have that. That works. We're not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. What's making the ghost circle me? So that is astral projection on Bone Spirit.
Taken apart, melted down.
Alright, so what's next? Helltide. Got plenty of time, alright. Song name? So this is Blink-182. This is Roller Coaster. You prefer Subway over Domino's? Nice. Nice. I see what you did there, and I like it. Although I'd probably go Domino's over Subway. You learned some news from someone that you can't talk about until it's finally announced. Sus? Would I hop over to PoE 2 once the new season starts? Yeah, I think I'm gonna play PoE at least for the launch weekend, and then we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna play it. Yeah, I was debating not for a couple days just because I'm still really enjoying the D4 expansion. But I think by that point there will be enough time has gone by to where I'll dive into PoE at least for a couple days. If I'm having fun, maybe more. That's really gonna depend on how chat is, because sometimes when I play PoE, it gets a little too backseaty for me. So we'll see how it goes. Problem with PoE is the end game. Last league, I just feel like bad not to progress. Well, I mean, this upcoming league, their big focus was on revamping the end game, so hopefully it feels a lot better. They put in a lot of work with this league. Ignore the chat, do whatever I like. It's easier said than done, but I agree with you. You're gonna get super backseaty for D4? Do it. Definitely need more essence generation. Previous leagues feel like you could spend tens of hours to go nowhere before. Yeah, so it seems like they're definitely, like, they revamped most of the major league mechanics, and they kind of questified a lot of the endgame to give, like, newer players direction in the endgame, which I think is good. And then they added, like, a whole, like, ocean traversal thing that adds a lot of depth to the endgame. I don't know. It looks like it should be better, but we'll see. Kill that guy? Now kill that guy? Kill those guys? Kiss the guy. Can we just kiss all the guys? On the mouth? What? Alright, we gotta go talk to Tyrael. From ashes to new, traveled from Pittsburgh to St. Louis. All to travel back to Detroit over the past 2 days. Huh? It's kind of like a circle, kinda, sorta. Kinda. I feel like the problem with PoE 2 is that it isn't accessible to casual players compared to D4. I would agree. Their target is definitely not as casual as D4. PoE 2 though is a lot better in my opinion than PoE 1 was. And if you just take it little by little, go easy on yourself, don't try to learn everything all at once, it's really not as complicated as it seems. Okay, so we have 3 points. Where was I? Gotta crank up Skeleton Warriors. Actually, do I have... Gotta take one of those points out and get Coven here. 9 hours to... Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta work the dates that you're given. Alright, Undercity time. Don't have any keys. What Torment do I play on? Torment Expert. Because I'm level 49. My Sork is in Torment 10. Sorry, Sork's Torment 12. Warlock's Torment 10. Barb's Torment 9. And, yeah, the Necro is now 49. Level 49. Cool shoulder pad chest piece. I really like that cosmetic set. I thought it looked sick. Does Necro have any S tier builds this season? I don't really know, to be honest. I haven't really been looking at the meta. This is the first season that I'm doing something different. Normally, I am just a max roll build follower. But this season, with the new skill tree rework, I decided to try to make my own builds for every class. Now, I've definitely, with this one in particular, I took a little bit, I took a nod of direction from Macro Bio Boy because he put out his build guide for the Bonerdin. I'm like, I don't know what he's using on it, but I'm going to try and make my own version of it. But yeah. Where'd I get it? I believe this cosmetic set was in the shop, I think. But I'm not 100% sure on that. So, I'm good at clearing out packs, but I'm not so great at killing big single target beefy boys. The beefy boys. But I wouldn't say they gave the Necro no love. The Necro got a lot of major improvements. Like, minion builds are actually viable now, which was never really the case before. So these Whispers power level your character to 70. A lot of people do. I like leveling. I always have. Like, every time I go back to, like, games that I haven't played in a long time, I'll always start new characters rather than picking up an old one. I like the leveling journey. That part's fun to me. What build is this? This is my Bone Spirit build that I'm putting together. Still a work in progress. We had one minion season? True. True. Yeah, I started putting together a planner for this, and if it feels good all the way to 60, I'll probably post it. And then I have a really rough draft version of like a starter endgame. So we'll see how it goes. And if it ends up feeling good, I'll post it on Mobalytics. Every season you end up playing Necro last, just not your favorite? Same. Necro is my least favorite character in this game. But I was hoping with the skill tree rework, I could make a build that felt more fun to me. And so far, I'm enjoying this one. It's slow though. That is my big criticism right now. I need to put movement speed on my boots. That would help. That would help. I think I had it on there, and then I got better boots, and I forgot to put it on the new ones. Alright. Where are we going? Here. Okay. You made a Blood Skill and Darkness Necro, turned Blood Skills, free skills, and main damage from Corruption. Nice. Summon build. So this is summons with Bone Spirit. Although I do think once I get into Endgame, I'm going to ditch the summons. And, well, I'll keep the Golems, but I'll sacrifice the Mages and the Warriors. I feel like Pestilence Worm Spiritborn, very mobile, really nice damage. Spiritborn's another one that I haven't really played in a long time. And I have no idea what I'm going to end up playing this season. But I'm excited to try it, because I haven't played it since Season 6, really. I did do an Evade build in, like, Season 9 or 10, but I only got it to, like, level 30 or 40. I wanted to try the Evade playstyle. I realized quickly I don't really like it. There's a good chance I might just do Quill Volley again, just to see how that feels now, but who knows. So I know that there's a ring that automatically uses corpses to do corpse tendrils. Is there also one that does corpse explosion? Or was that just the one thing in season 2 or whatever? Why not ditch one of your skills to put sever for mobility? I don't know. I wasn't aware Sever did mobility. Wasn't that season 1? Maybe. I know they had it as an early season. Corpse explosion happens when you're in Blood Mist. Ah. What class is my favorite? I'm a Sork guy. I like Sork, I like Barb, I like Druid. Warlock's pretty fun. I will say, aesthetically, these skills are make me much happier than all the blood stuff. I like all the greens. Makes me happy. Tsunami of diarrhea? Yeah. Give me a big beam with that green color? Hell yeah. Could be like a fucking Ghostbuster or something. Meow. Check out Sever's new alteration. You think it's the middle one? I'll check it out. Alright, so we have all of our attunement now. So I can just kind of dip. So slow. Alright, we made it. Okay, so Sever, you say? Oh wait, I was thinking Reap. What is Sever? This one. Dashes you forward to attack instead. So it's still just a darkness skill. Maybe. Probably hate your druid build. It's very slow, but that's the right pace for you. You're not a fan of Zip-Yazoo. Makes your noggin hurt. Fair. Want to see how far you can get with your build, though? Yeah, I don't know. Meow. I think, that one. I think I want to switch this back to this. Nice. Alright, you're building a full minion build? Nice. Alright, so we're at 51, so we're still just going Skeletal Warriors. Gonna do another Undercity? Bet. Shit! I clicked the portal! The downside of tabbing out when I'm portaling, when I click back into the game, I just tend to click right in the middle. Oops! Accident. Alright, so first off, boots. Mobility, movement speed. 23% is good enough for me. And then also, enchant, boots, boom. We'll get rid of the life on kill. Movement speed. Yes, please. That feels much better. Also, do I have... Nope. You always said it to ignore the click that tabs back into the window? Is that a thing? How do you set that up? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, it's in the game? Interesting.
May you find your way back.
Ignore window focus click. Who knew? Heyo! Thank you for the sub, Anthony. How you doing? Ba 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 ba. Ugh. You did help. Okay. Undercity. I'm like, what am I doing again? Who knows? Meowdy, what up, Quakes? Is Riz playing as a Necro? I'm a Bone Sorceress. Thought we were saving that for a roleplay later. Ayo. Saving that for September. I mean, what up, Burger Man? What's Riz's safe word? I mean, is there more than one safe word? Are Necros and Warlocks natural? Dominoes? I don't know. I don't know. Meow. Safe word is diarrhea? Lovely. Really let yourself believe Riz was co-streaming with someone named Bones rather than believing was a Bones Necro? Oh, well, you know, maybe. I mean, I did say I was playing every class this season, and Necro is one of the classes. Jeez. All right, chat's going a little too far here. A little too far. Let's reel it back. Let's reel it in. Thoughts on Fall Out Boy? Yes. Yes. I feel like 94% sure you said every class except maybe not Necro. Honestly, Necro sounded more fun than Spearborn, but I'm gonna play them all. Which is so funny because I really enjoyed the Spearborn back in Season 6. Oops, I died. Do I play Immortal too? I did when it first came out, but I haven't played it in a long time. The monetization's a little too much for me. You love the Tempest? The Tempest was cool. I did enjoy I did come back to play the Tempest very briefly. I tried it for like 3 or 4 hours, and I did dig it. If they were going to add one of the classes from Immortal, that's the one I would hope for. Although the Blood Knight would be dope too. When does the Warlock come out for Immortal? Is that this summer? Because I think I would be interested in checking out how the Warlock in that game is different. And I do wonder, because Immortal is similar to Diablo 3 in a lot of ways. I wonder if they would backport the Immortal Warlock to D3. That would be neat. D3's in Legacy mode? Yeah. I mean, so was D2 for a long time, though, too. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they couldn't do stuff in the future. D2R is different? It wasn't for a long time. They didn't update that game for like 2.5 years. Need to run an errand? Have fun! Not too much, though. Moo! Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Have you been to the PH? I don't know what the PH is. I'm gonna need a little more context, I think. Philippines, no. Riz is not much of a traveler, especially outside of the US. I've been to Canada a few times, and I've been to Mexico once, and that's about it. Yeah, I'm Riz. That's me. Bow, 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 bow. I love third person. No, not necessarily, but I do refer to myself in third person occasionally. Occasionally. Banger alert. Tried leather? Like, leather what? I don't understand the question. You play Spiritborn now, 56 now. Tomorrow morning you're getting finished. Now it's almost bedtime for you. It's still mighty early here. Uh-oh. What's happening? Okay. Nice. Wait, we gotta do another Undercity. Did I really pick 3 Undercities back to back? Oof. Suspicious of a graphic designer in the Discord. Definitely have to keep an eye out on that one. Alright, so we're going there again until, actually, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I think now we work on mages. You live in Germany? Gotcha. Alright, so... Sure. Sure. You know what? We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
That's it for that piece.
And then take those bad boys to the cube. Snow veiled, okay. Serration. What are core skills? Okay. Let's see what I have now. So we want... Actually, we'll do it this way. We don't have much of what I need. Well, can't type though. Okay, that's good.
Fate must have plans for you.
Okay. Good enough. Riz, don't click that. That one I just walked straight into it. Like a big dummy. So I'm curious. Do any necro people know? Like, if I put hard points into, like, skeletal mages or whatever, do I only need to put it on my bar to use the active? Like, will I still have the mages? Or do I need it on my bar to summon them at all? I didn't mess with that. What up, Proxy Pain? How you doing? Normally I would just ask Timmy, but I don't think he's played Necro yet this season since they moved them into the skill tree. What's a good Necro build? I don't really know. I haven't been looking into what's meta. I've just been trying to make my own, but so far this has been fun. But I'm also only level 53. Play as many classes as me. I plan on playing all of them this season. You're Warlock? Nice. I started with Warlock this season. It was fun. Heard it's blood build for meta this for Necro? Gotcha. Jerry! What's up, dude? He's doing the thing? He is doing the thing. It cost me 3 spots. Wait, what's the context for that? Why don't you do the Whisper Cast Trick to level up? Because I like leveling. I enjoy that part of the game. I'm a weirdo. I know, a Necro. It's crazy. And it really doesn't take long to level, so... I don't know. Oh, right. Can't put my points in while I'm in here. I forgot. I'm like, wait, didn't I spend that point? Almost perfected Whirlwind Barb. Doing T12 carries for your clan. Work on a druid now. Nice. Warriors, mages, and big... Oh, yeah, yeah. So if you want them, you do have to have them on your bar. Is that what you're saying? You work all week, so Whisper Cast Trick for you? I feel like even if I wasn't able to play, I would still like leveling by hand. Just because I like kind of developing the class, as, like the character as I go, rather than getting to level 70, not having any gear for it, and then being like, well, shit, now what do I do? Starting a new war plan sucks. Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion about that. I wouldn't be surprised if they tweak it in some capacity. Personally, I like that it's character, like per character, but I feel like if it's gonna be per character, it takes way too long. But if they wanted to make it shared, I feel like it would either need to stay the same or possibly be a longer grind. I feel like either direction would be fine, but... why not the other basic skill that grants corpse? I don't know. I don't really feel like I need more corpse. I seem to have a lot of corpses already. You almost 5 classes ready? Nice. Do. Where are you trying to go, mister? He's like leaving. Yeah, my clear speed's okay, but my elite / boss damage could be better. Why are the hit numbers so low? I'm level 53. You saw parry? Oh yeah, yeah. This is an ult. I've been planning on leveling one of every class, so this is now my 4th class. Meow. Yeah, if I was in Torment hitting for 200 damage or whatever, that'd be concerning. What build? Just one that I've been working on. It's Bone Spirit Necro. Yes, it is easier to use Whisper Caches. I agree, but I like leveling. What up, dude? How am I liking Necro? This build's been okay. Normally I'm a Necro hater, but I've been enjoying this build. We'll see if it holds in the endgame. We'll go to Penitent, I guess. See how that feels. You're hoping with the new items it could pull off the Season 1 Blood Most? Oh, Blood Mist. Corpse Explosion. Does it not feel good? Can you not do it? I don't know. Never really tried Blood Mist. Way too slow? Still doing the Army of the Dead build? Might change soon. Yeah, I mean, as I kind of work through this build, if it starts feeling pretty good, I will probably put up a build guide planner thing on Mobalytics, but we're a little too early for that still. What other classes have you tried this season? So I did Warlock first, then I did Sorceress, then Barbarian, and now Necro. Sork is still my favorite, but I've enjoyed all of them so far. Isn't still pretty hard to keep up? Doesn't seem too bad. I mean, I'm basically using it all as soon as I get it, because I'm using the Bone Spirit as a core skill. But it regens at a decent rate, and I know you can stack that pretty high. Tried Counterstorm Spiritborn, but swapped Poison out for Thorns. How's that going? Whoa, 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 whoa. Poison's eating me alive. Worked well in T6, but AoE's bad. Gotcha. Feel they did a pretty damn good job on this expansion this time. All the classes seem pretty powerful. Yeah, this expansion was really, really good. Like, when I'm on Twitter and stuff, I'm just constantly seeing like people either playing the game for the first time or coming back after not playing for a long time and just praising how like the game is so fucking good now, and it's just really good to see. As somebody who's like stuck with it the whole time and like has wanted it to get better and saw it like get better season to season and stuff. This expansion though did a really good job, and I hope that they capitalize on that. I hope that they keep pushing, and season 14's a banger. I'm Riz, not Jay. How does a druid have better minion build than Necro? Does it? I don't know. I haven't tried druid yet this season. Much needed revival? Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And I really hope that it's not the last expansion. I still hope we're getting more. I know I've talked about it a lot. Like, it kind of felt like a finale, but I'm really hoping it's just the end of a chapter and not the end of the book. Because, like, sure, we could go to Diablo 5, but I definitely think we want to get, like, potentially Baal, but at least Diablo in this game before they move on to Diablo 5. Wish Mephisto didn't have so many one-hit mechanics. Yeah. And I wish that the ones that were there, like, they have telegraphs, but you gotta be so fast for some of them. Happy they implemented things from Diablo 3? Yeah. So a lot of people hated on Diablo 3, but I do feel like they did a good job at taking what worked from Diablo 3 and then updating it to make it feel like part of this game. Diablo in a Diablo game? No way. Like, I don't mind that they're saving him, but I think it would feel bad if they moved on to Diablo 5 before adding him. Hell, if they have to, like if this is the last expansion, add him in a season. I don't care. But put him in there eventually. At least give me Diablo and heals again? Ayo. Phil picked Necromancer class. Damn, you're really smart person in every Diablo series because you picked this class. So Necro is my least favorite class. Normally I don't play Necro, but I wanted to try it with the skill tree rework, and so far I'm enjoying it. Wasn't there a rumor that could take us to the west in a future expansion? I mean, because of the world map, like I definitely think like this is the shape of that area, and we can see like some of the coastline. So, like, I definitely feel like we're going to go there eventually. Like, it would make a lot of sense to go to this area, which is Westmarch and Tristram and all that stuff. But just the ending of this expansion felt like the end. So, like, maybe they wrote it that way on purpose. So, like, if it does well, they can keep it going. And if it flopped, they can move to Diablo 5. But I don't know. Druid, so much fun. You're using Lightning. Last feed season, it was companions. Last feed seasons? Now it's free walking and browsing up on everyone. Huh? Welcome back, Justin. You play any class except Druid and Barb? Barb's one of my favorites. Barb is probably my second favorite class. And Druid's third or fourth for sure. But how would you feel about them dragging out D4 with expansions versus Diablo 5? I think they should do a bunch more expansions. I feel like we're so far away from Diablo 5. Like, Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 had like a 12-year gap or something like that. And then D3 and D4 had like a similar size gap. I feel like we're at least a decade away from D5. Like, my guess is that we're gonna get like 3 more expansions for this game. I think it would make a lot of sense to get back to level 100 as the end. So an expansion for 80, 90, and 100. Come back when a Beartooth song's playing? Nice. Okay. I need more power. It'd be amazing to see Amazon before D5. So, Riker put out a video a couple days ago, and he talked about how there was a big hint in the loot filter. If you go to add rule, add condition, item type match, if you show all classes, they put in hand crossbow, which is not something that any class in this game can currently use. Which was what people know is, you know, the Demon Hunter's main weapon from Diablo 3. But what he's thinking is that they might be doing some kind of like ascendancy where like the rogues could potentially become like a Demon Hunter or an Amazon, and like, you know, paladins could be like a Crusader or a Templar or whatever, which I don't know if they would do that same kind of thing, because people would just be like, you're copying Path of Exile. But some kind of subclassing would be cool. And especially now that we have 2 classes of each core stat, it would be weird to add more classes. So I feel like that would be a natural way to kind of extend it. Demon Hunter is your shit. Demon Hunter was great. Every Necromancer class versus many enemies is easy way because this class have Golem and Minion. It's legal cheat in Diablo? Cheat? I don't know. Just different class quests? Yeah, yeah. Need an Artificer still? I mean, maybe. It could be one of the subclasses. I don't know what it would be a subclass for. An Artificer Warlock. I mean, they could basically do it to where, like, once you hit Paragon, you can also pick, like, a subclass. Probably Rogue. Yeah. Someone calling it a cheat. The exact second you get nuked to cinema, right? It didn't help that I was reading chat rather than looking at screen. I kind of saw myself dying out of the corner of my eye, but I'm like, I'm already committed to reading this message, so... Come on, boss. What build? This is my own build. It's a Necromancer Bone Spirit build that I've been workshopping. We're only level 55, so it's still got a long way to go. And also, for the people who are asking why I don't use Whisper Caches, it's also because I'm trying to figure out if this would be like a good leveling plan for like a leveling guide. Oh. Read your mind? Yep. But yeah, like, I mean, even if I wasn't trying to like make content and like create guides and stuff, I enjoy leveling. I always have. Like, anytime that I go back to World of Warcraft, I look at my alts that exist in the game and I'm like, I don't want to play you. Delete, and I start over from scratch because I want to play through it. I want to feel out the character as I like build it up into the end game. I don't know. Found it weird they redid the Book of the Dead. Sacrificing just reduces summon potency. I feel like that's probably good, right? Like, it makes it to where, like, the class fantasy stays alive more so. That way, if you're, like, choosing to commit points to those on your bar, you still, like, benefit from it, even if you're not going to, like, have the maximum amount of them. You don't mind leveling in Diablo, but PoE's another story. So I'm the same way. Like, honestly, in PoE, I really enjoy the campaign, but when I get to the end game, I usually feel like burnt out by that point. I'm hoping the changes in PoE 2 in 0.5 feel a lot better. Holy. Yep, we're definitely going to use that. So we need to put title on it. Like, Endgame is nice, but the work to get there. I like it, but I'm sure I'm the exception, not the rule. I'm an outlier.
Goodbye. It has been a
Let's see.
pleasure.
We're just going to upgrade these to legendaries, try to get some new shits. Yeah, I don't know. What is it? 2 weeks from Friday? No, it's next Friday. So, like a week and a half is the new PoE 2 League, and I will definitely be leveling through the campaign and enjoying every second of it. Hopefully, the end game keeps me with it this time, because I know they did a lot of work to try to make it flow more smoothly. Leveling isn't so bad, but grinding out the uniques has been a chore since lower torment dropped more yellow and blue on layers. You can craft your own uniques, though, if you want to. Like, you can just put, like, a pair of whites in here and go to upgrade a unique, and boom. I got a unique. The cube is very, very powerful. And I really, 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 really hope that we get additions to the cube with seasons. I think seasonal cube recipes would be sick. And then if people like them, they can make them permanent. Did my music stop? Or does this song just have a long silent spot at the end? Yep, just has a long silent spot at the end. Your favorite cube mechanic is sigils to escalating? Oh, so I haven't actually done that. I know it exists, but I haven't done a single escalation dungeon this season yet. I love how you can do so much with the cube compared to D3. It's been so sick so far. I mean, I think D3, the cube was awesome too, and I'm glad that they finally did it. And they borrowed ideas from the Rizarjay cube and Kanai's cube and made it one really good crafting thing. Don't get me wrong, there's a grind in Endgame, but it's just something about the work for an extra 2% crit. Something about level grind is just amazing. I can see that. What up, Joe? How you doing? Has PoE 2 lightened up the dumpstering build so frequently? You wanted to enjoy it when it dropped, but every time I found something that you enjoyed, it got hammered down so hard. I feel like they only really did that back in like 0.2. Since then, they haven't done a whole lot of nerfing that I can remember. Although I'm definitely more invested in Diablo. I do try to stay up with PoE stuff. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be one of like the ultra grinders for PoE, but I enjoy it. Escalating has been very rewarding for you personally. Got Eldrin Mythic on T5 from Astaroth. Hell yeah. You're so tired of escalation. You main Stork and you have to spam it because Belial Husk is hard. So I got lucky. When I did my Stork, I got everything I needed from like 3 Belial runs. I mean, sure I could get better versions of them if I really wanted to min-max it, but I'm like, I got the version that I need. I'm good enough. I'm happy here. All right. Are we gonna use any of these? I mean, that's definitely an upgrade. Amplified damage. Oh wait, I don't want to use an offhand. Redirected force. I think I needed that one. Was that one that I had on my shopping list? No, I think it was one that I had on there temporarily, but then realized there's something better here. You found most uniques you needed has been Bartuk, and you hate hordes. That's another one. I did Belial for my Bartuk and for my Astaroth because I did not want to run those. Like, War Plans really kind of highlighted how much better Infernal Hordes could be. Like, I don't hate the mode, but it's too long for what it is, and it could be so much more fun. Like, I feel like they just really need to lean into the arcadiness of it and make it feel more like Vampire Survivors. I think that would be so much fun. You had to yell at Joe yesterday because he was trying to talk you into letting him crowd surf in his wheelchair. Wait. You tried to talk him out of that? That sounds fun as fuck. It's only a little dangerous. Riz, your bad influence. Alright. People kept getting dropped. I mean, he knows what he signs up for. He's a big boy. Echoing Hatred, super fun. Too bad the item needed to do is so rare. It is super rare. I like that it's rare, but it might be too rare. Why do I not have a mercenary hired? What happened, Rahir? I didn't have Rahir. Who did I have? Subo. There we go. Wow. How did I lose my Subo? You let a wheelie crowd surf? Right? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Not even rolled in the mosh pit? You think it's super buggy with Necro? Your mercenaries drop all the time too? Really? Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I haven't had that issue with any other class. What do we got here? You're sitting at Paragon 218. You've got like 3 Hatred keys. Yeah, I think I've only gotten 2 of them at 234. When's the next season? So officially they haven't said, but if you go in here, 43 days. So I believe, if I remember correctly, that puts it at June 30th. But not confirmed, just going off this date. That's what we're guessing right now, the end of June. Someone who's been in a pit to run the chair and then the person across the top, you highly approve of trying it out? Oh boy. Alright, so we're going to do pit, Undercity, Helltide. We didn't really have a choice there. Well, I guess, yeah, we did. A little bit. You'll be busy with PoE 2 patch, too much stuff. So, I mean, the PoE patch drops on the 29th of May. And the Diablo season isn't until almost a full month after that. So, I think that's a full month to play PoE. Then you go back to Diablo. That's what I'll be doing. Although, this week, the new Diablo 2 Resurrected season starts. I haven't decided yet. I might stick with D2. Or, sorry, I might stick with D4. I might switch to D2. Undecided. Alright. Back to the pit. Came back to D4 randomly. You're enjoying yourself? Yeah. This is the best the game's ever felt. In a lot of ways. Sure, there are still ways that it can improve, but it feels pretty damn good right now. Class overhaul feels simple and easy. Yeah, I really like it. Like, this is the first season that I've been trying to make my own builds just because I like the skill tree rework so much. Now I'm just excited for them to ultimately redo Paragon, because I hate the Paragon system with a burning passion. Start a Necromancer minion build. You're pretty much walking and letting your minions kill stuff. Nice, nice. Yeah, I lead a little into minions, but not super heavy. Oh, gonna die. Bone Spirit animations are so nice, yeah. I really like the spin around you version of it. The astral projection. Oh, let's not get dead, Riz. That's why you do Necro, let minions do all the work. Ah, shit. I'm kind of tempted to try a minion monk in PoE. See how that goes. What don't I like about Paragon? Not a fan yourself? I just feel like when I do Paragon, I don't feel like I'm playing a game. I feel like I'm filling out an Excel spreadsheet. Like, I feel like I'm doing homework. I don't know what a better version of it would be. I don't want them to go back to the D3 version either, because that was too simple. But I just want it to be more interesting, more fun. Genuine question, what's the point of this game? It seems like run and gun with no real risk strat. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different difficulty levels. If you want to make it more difficult, you can. But it's always been about just trying to build up a character, see how strong you can get it, so you can blast monsters more efficiently to get better loot. But there is like pinnacle bosses in the game that are more of a challenge. Although a lot of people skip that by running the, you know, the min-max builds that dedicated theory crafters put out, and it removes a lot of the challenge. But if you play your own build and try to figure it out for yourself, definitely a lot more complicated. You can put it on future resumes that you experience in Excel Lake Pro. Oh yeah. I'm a Paragon Master. Hope the next class for D4 is either a Monk or Demon Hunter. So we were talking about that a little bit before. Demon Hunter is a real possibility because they did add in the loot filter hand crossbows, which Riker made a video talking about it. That's not something that anybody in D4 can currently use. But then he talked about it would also be cool because there is so much overlap between Demon Hunter and Rogue that maybe they're looking into doing some kind of subclassing to where like a Rogue can turn into a Demon Hunter or something else, like an Amazon or something. Compared to WoW, you love the loot Mythic Dungeon style or Elden Ring. Is this like those at Endgame? So I would say if you're looking for something more like Elden Ring, you would want to play something like either Path of Exile 2 specifically, or even more so, No Rest for the Wicked. Feels a lot more like an ARPG Souls-like. Rogue uses crossbows, but not hand crossbows. Those were the ones that they like dual wielded in D3, and there are no hand crossbows in this game. Now, it's possible they're planning on adding some, but as of now, they don't exist. You like the power that comes with the Paragon, but you don't want to be running a million fucking equations to see what the next node... Yeah. Like, I don't mind the stats that it gives you. I just feel like it's done in, like, a boring way. And, like, most of the nodes, you're just picking the fastest way to path through it with, like, you know, little adjustments to make sure you're hitting your bonuses and stuff, but...
Moo.
Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate it. Am I going to play the new James Bond game? I know nothing about it. Probably not. See where my package is. Oh. Hell yeah. I'm finally getting my 7-Eleven ghosts. 7-Eleven? No. 7-Up. That's the word I meant. The other 7. I've been wanting to try those for weeks now. You're surprised you thought Necromancer was your least favorite next to Rogue? Necromancer is my least favorite next to Rogue. But I wanted to play everything this season, so we're trying it out. And I've actually been enjoying this build. So far. I'm a very aesthetic person, though. This green, like the green bone spells, I'm into. When it comes to all the browns and reds of like the blood stuff, I'm just like, it looks like poop and diarrhea. Bloody diarrhea, even. Paragon does feel annoying because you're having to pick stats. You don't want to get rid of the. You don't want to get the ones you want. You don't want to get the ones you want. Say what now? But yeah, outside of, I am playing Necro. Right? Yep. Rogue's been your baby since day one open beta. I do like Rogue. From like a gameplay standpoint, I just think like from a fantasy standpoint, kind of boring. But I think gameplay-wise, they're fine. Did Hell freeze over something? Yes. Yep. He's saying you have to take stats that don't matter in order to reach the other ones that do. Oh, okay. Fair. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. What build is this? This is one that I've been working on myself. It's a Bone Spirit Necro. You dislike Necro probably as much as you do, so it's weird. So with the skill tree rework, I decided I wanted to try to build every class this season, and this time I'm building my own build based on the stuff that I like about the class, and I'm having fun with it so far. But I would still say it's been my least favorite so far this season. But I haven't tried everything yet. It's a little off compared to all the other classes in that regard. Gotcha. Yeah, like, I mean, the rogue's fine. Like, I enjoy... Every time I play it, I'm like, oh, this is more fun than I remembered. But just, like, the idea of a rogue is just, like, why would I play a rogue when I can be, like, a warlock? I don't know. Did I do Mephisto and Lilith T12? Not yet, no. I have done both of them in T10, but I haven't done the grind for T12 yet. I haven't played any, like, overpowered builds, like any of the meta builds, so... You like Necro, but to be honest, I like all the classes, but you're enjoying Warlock and Paladin. So I did Paladin the last 2 seasons, so that's going to be one of the ones that I do later this season, because I'm a little burnt out on them, but I do like them. What builds am I playing? So on the Warlock, I played my own build that I called the Carnage Blender. It's a Hellfire Demon form, AoE, kind of righteous fiery build. Then I went to Sorceress and I did Chain Lightning, and then for bossing, for doing Mephisto, I switched to Ball Lightning. But I was mostly doing Chain Lightning. Then I went to Barbarian and I'm doing a Whirlwind build, a Whirlwind Twister build. And now we're doing a Astral Projection Bone Spirit Necromancer. You love a Dark Paladin or Oathbreaker class? That'd be cool. I mean, if we do get like some kind of like sub-classing or something in the future, that would be really cool. No idea if they'll actually do that, because I feel like they wouldn't want to do anything that's going to be like they're just copying from PoE. But then again, we did see a lot of similarities between the war plans with the Atlas Tree and the Herodric Cube with PoE crafting, so maybe they're a little more open to it now. I don't know. Sad part is you can't focus on war plans and trying out other characters. I'm okay with that. I don't mind that each class has their own, because I might want to try different things with different classes. But I understand why people don't like it. I wish they just gave us an option. Do we want this to be character specific, or do we want this to be account bound? I would be okay with either. How's D4 now? It's the best the game's ever been. This expansion did a lot of really cool things. I'm really enjoying it. When you do Rogue Cold Grenade, I've heard a couple people say that. This game's so confusing, only been playing for a week. Compared to other games in the genre, this one's pretty straightforward, but they definitely did add a lot more depth and complexity, which I think is a good thing for the game. Just take it little by little. You'll get it over time. Druid will get a Werebear Chief and Werewolf Alpha subclasses and nothing else. They might get Turtle. You prefer the separate grind as well for each character? That's part of the fun? Yeah. I really wish that we had the option. Like when we make a new character, have 2 options: shared progression or standalone. Like, make it to where if we want to level a character from scratch, we can do that. No shared Paragon, no shared war plans, or you can do everything as account wide and just share it between all your classes. I think that'd be cool. Is this an MMO? Not really. So it's an ARPG. In shared areas, you will see a lot of other players. Like in town, you'll see a bunch of people. When you're out in the world, you can see up to, I believe, 8 players within any one subzone, but it's just random. So it's MMO light, I guess. Been on Paladin, having fun. T10 Fervor build. Fervor? I'm not sure what a Fervor build is. Yeah, this is Necro. Yep. Which I don't play very often, but we're having fun with it. Well, almost got. Which is your favorite tune to play now? I've always enjoyed the Sorceress the most, but I like a bunch of them. If you're loving Necro, been trying all kinds of random stuff. It's definitely squishy though, yeah. How do you get all your skeletons to constantly hit one target instead of spreading out? I don't do anything. That's just what they do. I don't know. I'm not doing anything to control them. The only one I'm controlling is the Golem. When the cooldown's up, I make it leap onto my target. I think they definitely improved the Necro minion logic, which is nice. There are some abilities that you can use to command them. Like their actives will command them, but I haven't really been using them. Yeah. If I push this, they will attack one target, but I haven't been using it. It's like zealot stuff. But using everything that says everything about fervor stacks. Oh, okay. Fervor. I don't remember that being ferocity. Will you be checking out PoE 2? Yes. Yep. I'm committing to playing PoE at least for the launch weekend. And if I'm having fun, probably more, but that's really going to depend on chat. Because when I play PoE, sometimes it gets really backseaty and I don't want to deal with that. So if chat's annoying, I might just play it off stream. What skills are my left and right click? So I'm using Bone Splinters and Bone Spirit. But I'm using the Bone Spirit version that turns it into a core skill and makes it spin around me. So that's the specters that are spinning around me. I'm a Necro! What's up, Liv? Yeah, I was determined to find a build that I actually enjoyed. And I think I found one. We'll see if I like it in the end game, but for now. You're a noob at Diablo? You'd like some help? What kind of help? What are you struggling with? If chat backseats, just play it. Yeah. I'm probably gonna start with a monk. I want to try the new martial artist, but I'm also toying with the idea of trying to do some kind of summon monk. I have no idea how that would go. You've saved $11 for the D4 expansion. You'll probably have to have the loot to buy it after the free 30-day PoE trial at the end of the month. That's wild that they're doing a whole month for free. But and it's going to be completely free by the end of the year. What do you do with prisms? Oh, so the tuning prisms? So those go in the cube. So like if you're trying to add an affix to an item, like if you get like a yellow that only has 3 affixes and you want to add a 4th one, you can just put the prism in there with the crafting recipe. And like it'll target a certain kind of affix. Like so if you know, like I want attack speed, you would want to put like one of the offensive aspects in there. Am I on hardcore? I am not. I probably will do hardcore by the end of the season, but I haven't done it yet. I wanted to like learn more about the expansion and all the classes and stuff before I did the hardcore grind. I'm a big chicken. Although speaking of the cube, I did recently update. So on DiabloFilter.com, which is my website, under guides, I did update this post here, which is the Tuning Prism Reference Guide that lists all the different things that you can get from all of the different prisms. So that might be helpful to some people. And then also, if you haven't seen it, if anybody plays on console and are sad that you don't have like loot filters, I did make it to where on here you can actually click into people's loot filters and see everything that they put in it, so you can recreate it yourself, which is a little annoying admittedly, but it's better than nothing. Monk looks dope, and I hope to catch you streaming it. I will be at least the first couple days for sure. Do I play with group? Not usually. I usually play solo. Usually. I do group stuff every once in a while. If they did a mode like Dark Citadel again, I would definitely do group stuff for that, because I thought that was fun as hell. I'm kind of sad that mode kind of got the shit can. You're looking for people to play with? Gotcha. I mean, I do have a Discord that you're more than welcome to join. Sometimes people are in there looking for groups. Not very often, but sometimes. You're sitting on 14 Mythic Undercity runs. Such a hoarder. That's a lot of them. Just printing Mythics over there. Have you found that there's a particular place that drops those more often than others, out of curiosity? Tree caches, gotcha. You're on 10 Mephisto keys, nice. I haven't actually had one of those drop. I killed him on T10 once, technically twice, but I died during the death animation the first time, so I had to do it again. But I haven't gotten another one since then. Playing hardcore with the Blender Paladin. Does that mean Blessed Hammer? Wait, you can craft the Mephisto keys? How do you do that? Zeal with the axe that casts consecration with every aura. Oh, okay. I haven't really looked into any of the paladin changes this season. Oh, Undercities. Gotcha. Kind of shocked this expansion didn't come with new mercenaries. Same. I actually made a video about that because, like, for a while, I was thinking it was going to be either the Amazon or the Oracle as the new class. And so when they announced that it was going to be the Warlock, I'm like, okay, well, maybe those are going to be the new mercenaries. And I was looking at a leak that came out before Vessel of Hatred came out, where they talked about the mercenaries before they were ever announced, and they had a couple extras on there that we never got. There was the Maiden, and the Mongrel, and the... What was the other one? The Maiden, I'm like, okay, that could be the Amazon. And then there was the Scholar, which I thought could be the Oracle, and I'm like, what would a Mongrel be? But that never ended up being a thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get any new ones also, though. Okay, so I need to put title on my weapon. Genuinely curious how you do hardcore when you can genuinely be one hit by anything. You got to be real careful and don't push into difficulties that you're not ready for. You definitely have to play different, though. That's for sure. Much better. Okay, so what do we got? Yeah, I'll take that set bonus.
Taken apart, melted down.
Found your first 4 GA unique just now? Sadly, not your build. Was it usable at least for like other builds, or was it a piece of junk? Another Undercity. Okay. I'll go in here. Okay. So we're going Skeletal Mages until it's maxed, and then we're going Golem for the rest. You're playing around with Thorn's Pally with lots of Resolve. You saw his toughness went to 2.7 million. Yeah, especially if you're using this Glynn's Anvil. A lot of people are stacking Resolve and getting like quadrillions of toughness. $247 million toughness? Hell yeah. Is that all? Need to get those numbers up. JK. One-handed weapon, 179 weapon damage, 225 strength, 2750 life, 790 life on hit, max unique roll. Which unique is it? Maybe that's some trade value. I can't be bothered with trading because I'm lazy, but I know a lot of people do. Transfigured a 3-star ring without changing its aspect. Whoops! One-handed flail for Paladin. Gotcha. Yeah, you definitely got to be very, very careful. Make sure you did all you cross all your T's and dot all your I's before you sanctify or transfigure. Whoops, almost died. We're fine. Sanctify 0.5 somehow. I like it a lot personally, but I was a sanctification enjoyer as well. You just got to be careful with it. Have you gone to the cow level? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have the emote and everything. Been playing this all day. It's fun. They did a good job with this expansion, for sure. Are we still meetsing our gear? You can meets it. You can also... People realize that Temis is also a good acronym for it. You can temper and enchant and masterwork and imprint and sanctify, or socket. That's what the S is. You beat the expansion for the first time. Yeah, it was good. You get the new portal for Echoing Hatred. I have not gotten another Echoing Hatred key since I found out about that, but I do plan on it. Stuck on masterworking, especially first thing in the morning when you wake up. This guy. Keep it in your pants. You're sitting on one? Of course you are. You're sitting on everything. Am I doing war plans? Yes. I mostly do war plans anymore. It just feels like the most efficient thing to be doing most of the time. Been a while? Oh, you know, chillin'. How you doing, London? 60. What necro build? This is Bone Spirit. It's one that I've been working on. I've been working on it myself since yesterday morning, and so far so good. Try the Barb Ancients build? I have not. I did a Whirlwind Barb with Twisters. That was pretty fun. But yeah, this season I've been kind of avoiding playing any of the meta builds. I've been just trying to do my own thing. And it's been fun. I've been really enjoying it. It's making the game stay fresher longer, for sure. You're up to 200 trillion damage? Hell yeah. Yeah, once I've played all the classes, doing my own thing, then I'll probably try some of the meta builds just to see how much power I can actually get out of them, but I don't know. For now, I've been enjoying just kind of doing my own thing. Shield of Retribution has been super fun. That's what I did last season. Is this my main? No, my main is my Sork. She's the one I killed Mephisto on. I did Chain Lightning, but I did switch to Ball Lightning to kill Mephisto. But I still did my own version of it. I don't know if you remember me talking about this game a while back, but you finally bought it? Hell yeah. Are you loving it? What's my highest damage numbers? I don't really pay attention to the numbers, if I'm being honest. I know I've done trillions. I don't know how many, though. Like 30 trillion, maybe? Maybe more, I don't know. Love is an understatement? You don't know who to grind out first? All of them. At the same time. Is that from following build or freehand? That was doing my own thing. So, with Ball Lightning, I definitely was influenced a little bit by seeing other people play their builds, but I didn't actually, like, follow any guides. How many skeletal warriors do I have? I have 9 warriors, 5 mages, and golems. Who'd you grind out first? Because low-key, I want to do eventually play with everybody. So I did I did Warlock first because it was the new kid this season, and I really enjoyed that. And then I went to my Sork. Really enjoyed that. Then I went to my Barb. Really enjoyed that. And now we're doing the Necro, and so far so good. So I don't go by Jay. Jay is not my name. My name is Ryan. I go by Riz. I'm working on a Bone Spirit Necro. You just got Lord of Hatred. Haven't played in a long time. When you make your character, should you start with the original campaign or start with Lord of Hatred campaign? I would say, if you've done the original campaign once, if you want to do it, but you don't need to. I would say if you haven't done Vessel of Hatred, I would do that first. But I think playing through the campaign once is worth doing. But if you don't want to, you don't have to either.
That's it for that piece.
Try and decide between Sork and Warlock first. I mean, if you've never played the game before and you don't want to have this I want to try the new class thing, Sork is my favorite. But everybody's different, so I don't know. It might not be your favorite.
Ancients, watch over this one.
Rathma's chosen. You just play both starting out? Do it. Honestly, like, if you're new to the game, there's no harm in trying every character to, like, level 10 or 15 or whatever, just to kind of get a feel for what it feels like early game. And you're like, I'm not really vibing with that one. Let's try a different one. Sork's your favorite also? Sork's really fun. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Definitely got to reroll boots again. Give me movement speed, please. Please. Oof. I thought that said 1%. I was like, holy shit. Do you keep to one element on Sork or mix it up? I did mostly lightning, but I did have... For a while I was using Hydra, and I used the cold Hydra. And I know a lot of people are running the teleport with the fire modifier on it. Sork did get nerfed, but it was a bug, and it's supposed to be fixed in the next couple days. And it's still crazy strong. Like it got nerfed, but barely. Nice, I'll take that. Alright, so let's look at my aspect list again. We need shitting bones. That's not what it's called. Okay, we still don't have that. We do have this. Okay, still have that on there. Bursting bones. We do not have hardened bones. We do not have creeping cadaver. We still do not have shit. Okay, title we do have. That needs to go here. Boom, boom, boom. Torment. Still don't have it. Rapid ossification. Still don't have it. You're not finding as many stun legendaries this season as you... Stun legendaries. What do you mean by stun? Deluge. Well, we're not channeling, so we'll get rid of that guy. Okay. And then boop boop. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Your buddy says that for the party leader, the butcher is bugged on drops. I've heard people saying that he's giving more mythics than normal, but that's all I've really heard. And darn, I hate it when that happens. But I don't know. I haven't done the butcher much this season. Couple times.
Sometimes hell finds you. Sometimes you find hell.
Got a bunch, couldn't get a single one? Huh. I don't know. I don't do much group stuff, so I don't really experience that kind of thing very often. What build am I following? This is one that I've been working on myself. This is the season of Riz not following any build guides. Season of don't give a Riz? Aw, shit. Get him. All right. Also, before Path of Exile comes out next Friday, I guess a week from Friday, I should say, there is one other game that I do want to try to sneak in there. So I do think I'm going to take a brief Diablo break for a day or two. People are going to be like, what the hell are you playing, Riz? I'm going to be like, yes. This. Pee-wee 1? Nah. I'll play Pee-wee 1 when their next league comes out, but that'll be a while still. Far, far west. What's that? The game I'm gonna play? I don't think so. Alright, Tyrael. You meant Pee-wee 2? 1.0? Oh, yeah, that's gonna be towards the end of this year. But there's no date announced for that one yet. But I definitely will be playing that when that goes into 1.0. For sure, for sure.
Taken apart, melted down. Pity to break another's work.
Is Pee-wee 2 or Pee-wee dropping an update next week? Pee-wee 2, 0.5. Yeah, the Pee-wee 2 League that starts at the end of the month, I will be playing. Yep. Very excited for it. Tell you it's going to be good. Haven't been paying attention at all. It looks good. It looks like they're doing a whole lot. Interesting. Enjoy War Plans? Be with you? Hell yeah. You've not been able to stick with the endgame. So the thing that I like is they questified the endgame to where like there's going to be a lot of objectives that they kind of like lead you through to do. It's not going to be just spam maps, which I like as somebody who likes following like quest lines. Oh, there's Hardened Bones. Hell yeah, we need that. And then they also redid a lot of the endgame mechanics. Like the previous league mechanics are being revamped. And then also, it's not going to be just traversing the big map. There's also like a whole new thing where we go across the ocean, which is interesting. I don't know how much different that's going to feel, but it looked cool. Shielding Bones. Okay, that's another one we needed. We'll do this. The Undercrown. Max number of skeletal warriors and mages increased by 2. 2? Yeah, we'll put it on for now. You'll certainly give it a shot. Already sunk more than 250 hours into it. What's a few dozen more? Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm committing to at least streaming it for the weekend. And I'm going to feel out how chat is. Because sometimes chat can be super backseaty and take the fun out of that game for me. But if it does end up being too much to stream, I'll probably still play it just like when I have downtime off stream. Because I do enjoy playing the game. I'm going to play Terraria. Nah. Honestly, though, that is one of those games that, like, I always look at it, I'm like, I bet you I would enjoy that. But I've never played it. You know what I want is the 1.0 release of Valheim. They need to get on that. You have an entire stash tab full of unique charms. What's the best thing to do with them? I don't know. That's a great question. I only have maybe 5 of them. 10 of them? I don't know. Hi, Psychosa. Good thing I have fantastic mods that are off on weekends. Why? What happened? What happened? Did you ban somebody? You want a release date for Grim Dawn expansion? Salvage them or sell if you're long gold? Yeah, yeah. Same for this weekend? Oh, for next weekend. Yeah. True. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, shielding bones and hardened bones. We needed both of those. Need to upgrade these. Trying to find gear with no life is a struggle. Just roll it off.
Mainlander, what do you seek?
Alright, so back to my cheat sheet here. The boss portals, if you kill a lesser boss, do disappear nearly. It gives you a 30-second timer. And that is not a great solution, but they did that because people were exploiting it. Hopefully they get it fixed soon, though. Hopefully they get a better version implemented. Because, yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay, so that's the same. Gloves, we wanted bursting bones. Did I find that one yet? No. Hardened bones we did find. That's gonna go here. Creeping cadaver. Do not have yet. Torment. Still no. Okay, shielding bones. I can put that. I guess I can put it here since I don't have the one I want. Okay. This one. Ew, Infernal Hordes. Ew. In this economy? Shit. Community build stuff they're adding sounds interesting. Yeah, that's going to be huge. And there's a lot of discourse on Twitter about whether or not people are going to try to lock theirs behind paywalls. And I'm just like, were people locking build guides behind paywalls? Why would this be any different? But wouldn't surprise me. But, like, honestly, I think the community just as a whole needs to kind of agree. If people do that, just, like, kind of boycott that person. Hey, yo! GGG could say that goes against TOS. True. They really should. I really hope that D4 adds something like that eventually. Like, for the skill tree would be cool, but for Paragon especially, that would be huge. And I know they were at least already thinking about it because they did include it on that survey that they put out last year. And most of the stuff on that survey did end up happening with this expansion. Trying Warlock. I did Warlock first. That was the first class I played this season. Really liked it. But we're doing a little bit of everything this season. Just got here. What are you talking about? Oh, we've been talking about a lot of different things. Was there a specific thing that I said that made you curious? Because maybe you could refresh my memory. Same way you can't charge for a WoW add-on. Yet people have. What is it? There's those leveling guides that people charge for. Riz's massive Riz? Hell yeah. TOS on the pay to win. Oh, with Path of Exile 2, they're adding a new thing to where people can like export like the path through their passive tree. And there was a lot of concern that people are going to try to paywall that. You're going to lock me behind a paywall? Do it. I dare you. There's ways around it. The data they collect they can charge for it, but they can't charge for the add-on. That's fair. Yep. It would kill the feature entirely. I mean, I feel like there's going to be enough people who are happy to just include it in their build guides for free, so people who are selling it just need to get like canceled by the community. If I make any, I will definitely share them for free. Although I'm sure there's going to be people who make shit way better than me, but for people who do want to follow along with whatever I'm doing, cool. Is Necro fun? So normally I would say no, Necro sucks. It's my least favorite class. But I've been working on this build myself and I actually enjoy it because I leaned into what I like about the class, which is floaty green bones. Because it's the closest thing that I could find to teeth in Diablo 2, which was always what I liked. But I have no idea how this is going to work in the endgame. Yep, true. Just nibble gently. Okay. Real quick, my package was just delivered, so I'm going to go bring that in so it's not sitting out in the heat. Okay, we back. Oh, hello! Aw, shit. Hi, Raiders. How's it going? Yeah, he's still here. I had a package delivered to my door, so I wanted to go get it so it wasn't sitting out in the sun. How's it going, Sonny? Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing? Interesting. I order a lot of energy drinks off Amazon. It's a terrible addiction. I ordered 2 cases of the same thing together. One was just delivered. The other one's coming tomorrow. What the hell? The hell? Anyways. You love playing with your bones? You love the class every time? Yeah, Necro's been fun this season. I'm doing good. Yeah, so I don't normally play Necromancer, but I'm trying it out with the new skill tree rework, and it's actually been pretty fun this season. So far. Sup, Thomas? How you doing? Alright, Infernal Hordes is not my favorite, but we're gonna do it. Whew. Just walking outside. It was hot out there. It's not even that hot outside. Riz, you're just a sissy. It's fine. So many people saying that. Everything just seems to make everything better. Yeah, like everything feels so much better with this expansion. It's making me happy. Like I've always enjoyed the game, but everything just feels like it got like a fresh coat of paint. So it's making it feel real good. An actual Necromancer strength? No, don't put that on me. Necromancer is my least favorite class. It still is the case. But this season we're playing everything, and it is better. It is better. Best expansion, best DLC this year, and best place the game's been so far. Yeah, absolutely. Like I've always been a D4 enjoyer. Like I've liked it since the beginning. Even the seasons that most people hated. No, there's been a couple bad seasons, but like I've always enjoyed the game, and I'm just so happy that it finally feels like they're really hitting their stride. Because like season 10 and 11 were fantastic. 12 was a little whatever, but this expansion's incredible. So I thought that said Lord Nipples. Is Nippless? Hello, welcome. Holy guacamole? Yeah, seriously. Oh, guacamole sounds delicious. Anyways, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. But yeah, for anybody new here, I am Riz. I am a Diablo 4 content creator, mostly, primarily. I do play other games as well, but mostly D4. Thought the same when Lord Nippless followed you. Yeah, I just saw it on the corner of my eye. Did I say nipples? I do play Path of Exile, yes. I will be playing PoE 2 next Friday. For at least the weekend. We'll see how long I stick with it, but I am excited to play it, to try out all the new stuff.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Boop. But yeah, I historically have not really cared for the Necro, but this season I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to make a build of my own, leaning into what I like about the class. And I always wanted the class fantasy of, let's see, can I find a picture? Diablo 2 Teeth was always what I enjoyed playing. Just like stuff like that spits out like this, like that. And I'm like, that hasn't really been a thing in this game. But when I explode my corpse explosions, it kind of feels like that. Plus the bone spirit spinning around me feels a little bit like a hammered in. And that just feels fun. You appreciate that your name makes everyone do a double take? Hell yeah. Yeah, my name, like I've gone by Riz since the end of high school, early college, which was a long time ago. I'm kind of old. But like Riz didn't mean back then what it means today, so that's always a little uncomfortable for me now when people are like, he's got the Riz. I'm like, nope, not really. Anyone else getting obliterated by Echo of Mephisto? That fight was difficult. I did finally manage to take it down on Torment 10. I haven't pushed the higher difficulties yet, but it is rough. But it's fun. It felt very rewarding when I finally took it down. For shizzle? True. Old? I know. I'm a dinosaur. You were Twitch in high school before a streaming platform? You're doing them on T12? Nice. Yeah, like, I could have leaned into one of the meta builds, but I'm like, I really want to try doing my own thing this season, so I've been a little lower damage than I could be. Dinosaurs are cool. Great hairline on Riz, though. Hell yeah. You know, it's kind of funny, though. Both my dad and both of my brothers, like, they're definitely getting more of, like, the Widow's Peak action going on. And, like, I don't know. I haven't had that yet. Maybe a little bit from when I was in my, like, you know, teens, 20s, but comparatively. Bow, 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 bow. I'm so autopilot right now, I have no idea. I'm on wave 4 and I have 91 ether. Sick. Getting your Necro started with a great name. Do I want to know? Do I want to look? Don't need to do meta to do it? I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Your hairline's good, but you do have a bald spot on the back of the crown, so we'll see how long you last. This game's all about understanding what works well together. True, true. But if it works together, it's kind of the meta, right? Like, that's kind of how metas are formed. You played the campaign once as Bard, but didn't do the endgame stuff. Now you're playing again as Warlock. Nice. The campaign was great. Like, the Lord of Hatred campaign, Chef's Kiss. Like, I'm not a big story guy, but it got me invested. I wish I was more of a story guy. For whatever reason, when I get to story in video games, my brain just kind of shuts off, especially when I'm streaming. When I'm not streaming, it's not as bad. Oh, I can't open this. Okay. Yeah, I think the expectation is that you're not going to get nearly as much ether while you're leveling. All right. Okay, so what do we get? Anything good? Death's Defense. Was that one that I wanted? Nope. The base game campaign. This will be your first time playing either expansion and then endgame stuff too. Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah, you got a lot ahead of you. So generally, it feels like most people feel like the base game was pretty good. Vessel of Hatred quality dropped a little bit, but then Lord of Hatred brought it back and then some. So you're in for a fun ride. Should be a good time. Okay, we're gonna put that on. I don't need the undercrown. I didn't mean to salvage it, but that's you know what? It's just fine. Okay, so we need to take this off now. Let's put something offensive on here. But what? In terms of the story, yeah. Like, the gameplay's always been pretty solid, but the story, it seems like people, like, really like the main game, really liked the newest expansion, but the middle one's kind of a little lesser well-received. I think most people thought it was fine, but it wasn't as good. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Want to look so you can ban me from the clan? Uh-oh. Vessel is fine. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just, I feel like the base campaign and Lord of Hatred were better. Summons gain attack speed? That doesn't sound bad. Lord of Hatred is peak? Yeah, exactly. That seems fine. Seems like it'll pair well with this guy. Wait, what did I just do? I don't even know what I just did. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. You were very okay with just shaving your head, but your grandma yelled at you? Dude, if you want to shave your head, just do it. It's okay. She'll forgive you. Alright. Pit time! Okay, I do need to check, though. What did you do, Timmy? Okay. You did? She did not forgive you? She'll get over it. What would you recommend for a good leveling build for Sork? I leveled with Chain Lightning, and it felt really good. Levels 1 to 15 was a little rough, but once you get past that, felt really good. I feel like most classes have been kind of like that. Like, once you get to, like, 15-ish, it feels a lot better. Feels like that's kind of when builds start coming online. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, hair grows back for most people, but there's definitely a lot of people who it doesn't. My boss, he shaved his head for like a role in a play or something, I think he said, and it never grew back after that. Build? This is my own build. It's a Bone Spirit Necromancer. What even is a leveling build? Something that gets XP extra fast? Just generally, it's just like a smooth progression from 1 to 70. Like something that doesn't require like legendary aspects to come online. Sword class should be renamed Unstable Currents. I did see there are a couple builds that don't use it at all. I've seen a couple that use Inferno this season. But Unstable Currents is kind of Sork steroids. Do I have a build guide to this? I believe I did put one up on Mobalytics for the leveling version, but I don't have an endgame version yet because I'm not in the endgame yet.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Getting the urge to restart with a different class, but you've done that 3 times in 24 hours? I mean, if you're not vibing with stuff, if you know, try stuff out before you get too committed to something. I don't think it's a bad strategy at all. And it's like, you can always go back too. Are Hydras a build? Hydras are a build. I don't know how good they are this season. I know there was a season a couple seasons ago where they were like the meta build for Sork. I haven't really seen too many people running specifically Hydra, but it feels like Hydra fits well into most builds, at least while you're leveling. It's the opposite. You're vibing with everything. Oh, well, maybe there'll be one that you vibe with more. I would say stick with classes until you're like 15 or so. By then you should have a pretty good idea. But hey, maybe you're the guy who levels all of them. Like, get them all to 15, then get them all to 30, then get them all to 45. I don't know. Just feel it out. What am I in the mood to play right now? I don't know. Is Rogue the way to go if you're a big number junkie? I feel like Sorks and Barbs are the number junkies this season. Are you talking big numbers or a lot of numbers? Then again, I haven't played Rogue this season, so I don't really know how Rogues are doing. Like crits? I mean, I feel like everybody's capable. Rogues are good for that, but yeah, for big crits, probably the Barber the Sork. Like Ball Lightning Sork is hitting for like 30 to 50 trillion on the meta builds. There's some Barb builds that are cranking out crazy big numbers. Less than to level 12 on your Rogue was not vibing. Interesting. Yeah, honestly, this season, I don't know that there's a bad option. It feels like Paladin is probably the weakest class this season from what I've been hearing, which is wild because the last 2 seasons they were like the strongest by a big margin, which is probably why they got the nerf bat. Or got less of the buff bat than other classes? I don't know. With everything redone, it's hard to really judge. Heard Trillion started salivating? Yeah, I think a lot of characters are capable. Ooh. Yes. Alright.
Taken apart. Melted down.
It is done.
I've even seen some builds that hit, wait for it, quadrillions? Alright,
I'll be here, swinging away.
so I'm gonna switch this up. I'm gonna put title here. And here, I'm gonna put, let's see. Can you type in like a specific skill here? No, maybe. What would be better? Fantasy Mandalorian? I don't remember what this is. Was this the part of the WoW? I think that might have been like a WoW crossover skin that I recolored. This could be good. Yeah, we'll go with that one. And then, do I have... I don't have shit for runes yet. Okay, we'll pop that in there. Vehement Brother. Alright, just move. Just go. Flying Burrows. Sick. Thinking of making a new playlist that either that has either 20 or 25 of your favorite songs from every band. It's a long playlist, probably. Wait, from every band? It's gonna be a really long playlist. Every band you're a fan of. Still could be pretty long. A little less long, though. Justin, you don't even like music. You can't name every band. What was that? You don't even like music. You can't name every band. You checked out a playlist from another streamer, and it was like 128 hours of music, longest you've ever seen. You can name 5 right now? Dang. How long is my playlist? Does it say? I don't know if there's a way to tell on Spotify. Maybe. Okay, going to Golem. Whenever you make one, it's like 7 hours. Yeah, now I'm curious how long mine is. Streaming playlist is 30 hours. Yeah, I don't even know how I would check. But mine has just over 400 songs. It says on your playlist? Where? I was looking at that and I don't see it. Ah, at the top. 24 hours. Found it. I was all looking at the bottom. Like a dummy. 24 hours and 52 minutes. Psychosa, do you like my bone stork? What up, Dutch? Enjoying Bonerden? We're not quite there yet. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. We'll see how long it lasts. When I first started, I did not like it. But then once I leaned into this version of Corpse Explosion and Bone Spirit, it kind of started coming together. One of your favorites in D2? Yeah, I liked him in D2. I didn't love him so much in D3. They were okay in D3. You like Witch Doctor better? I did like Witch Doctor, although I didn't play much of him. Although Witch Doctor was the first class I ever got to max level in D3 in hardcore. So that's something. 68. So tired and in pain? I'm sorry. A lot of these are upgrades, but I'm too tired to swap stuff out again. Boop. Goodbye. Do I have any better... Nah. Alright. What do we got? We got Nightmare Dungeon, Cross Undercity, Cross Undercity, Nightmare Dungeon. Beautiful. Do you recommend staying on normal difficulty in the campaign or bumping it up if you can without dying? Generally, I start normal, and then once I feel like things start to feel too easy, then I'll bump it up. Unless you already have Paragon and you have the early skill points, then I'll usually start in Harder Expert. You played a crazy ton of Witch Doctor. One season, it was on the leaderboards for the pit thing, like 2 weeks. Oh, for the Greater Rifts leaderboard? Hell yeah. Alright, Nightmare Dungeons. But yeah, I think if you're just starting off on a new character and you don't have Paragon, I think normal is a good place to be. I think I ended up going to hard around level 25-30 on my first character this season, and then I think I went to expert at like 50 and then penitent at like 60, but I don't remember exactly. Really just depends how strong your current character is, and I think it varies based on class. Did they remove experience potions? On seasonal, yes. There is still one on the Eternal Realm. You heard someone say that even if you're not dying, it takes too long to kill enemies. So far, XP per hour is better stay normal. I think that is true to a point. Like, if your kill speed drops dramatically, it'd probably be worth switching back. I don't know why that didn't work, Dutch. Don't know why that didn't work. It should have. It absolutely should have. You got scammed. But yeah, the experience potions are gone on seasonal, and there's one that was left. One potion and one elixir on Eternal. And why, I don't know. When you were leveling through campaign, damage wasn't the issue with survivability. Yeah, I did feel that way as well, actually. You went Penitent from level 1, but you went Summon Necro. Interesting. Canceled it out of spite? Maybe. Maybe. It just says no. Oh, I wonder if the if my control panel crashed. I will check in a second. That might mean my Elgato control panel crashed. It won't let me open it, so I do believe that's what happened. It was still there, but it wouldn't open. What build do I use? This is my own build. Now I don't know why it's not working. Why are you not detecting device? Who broke it? I thought I figured it out. Clearly I did not. I'm gonna restart it all together. You know if you can come back to do side quests after you finish the campaign? Yes, you can do them at any point. You broke it? Ah, shit. Well, heck. I don't know why it's not working. I really don't like when stuff just randomly stops working. It's frustrating. Somehow Dutch broke this. I don't know, I got nothing. So you get this for now. You've just pushed into Torment 4 with your Sever Summon Necro. You don't know how to use the cube, though. The cube really isn't that daunting if you just read all the things that it can do and, like, mess with it a little bit. It's actually really powerful. Yeah, at some point, I think I'm going to need to rebuild, like, all of my rules, because everything is just breaking for no reason. Trying to get gem strength on your weapon when you slam them? Yeah, good luck with that. One crafting video showed me everything you need to know. Yep. And then there's still new stuff being discovered, too. I'm curious. People have recently discovered that you can get mythic uniques on charms. I wonder if there's a crafting recipe for it that people just don't know yet. What's the best build for Necro? Did I try any or do my own? This is my own build. So I've historically been a Necro hater. And with the skill tree rework, I was determined to figure out a build that I like. So I just started leaning into what the spells that I thought seemed cool, which was Bone Spirit and Corpse Explosion. And so far I'm enjoying it. But I'm curious how I'm going to pivot it in the end game, because it definitely feels like it's not going to be powerful enough just like this. I'll have to figure out some tweaks. But as I get aspects unlocked, just kind of evolve it and grow it, see how things go. You already tried this exact combination? You stole it from my future? Rude. How did it go for you? There's mythic charms? There are mythic charms, yeah. Nurture it like a baby? I will. I will. I'll rock it to sleep. Now, I don't know if all the mythics can be charms, but if you go into the loot filter and go to specific unique, if you go to charms down at the bottom here, Andes, Doombringer, Harlequin Crest, Air of Perdition, Melted Heart of Selig, Starless Skies. Did I miss any? Grandfather? Tyrell's Might? Why the hell would you want a mythic and a charm outside of air? All the other effects are not that great. That is a great question. Yeah, I don't know if anyone would actually want them, but they do exist.
You know where to find me.
Mainly use mythics for the extra stuff? Yeah. I feel like maybe Starless Skies? Yeah, maybe Selig. Definitely not Doombringer. That one would be interesting, maybe. I didn't notice if that one was in there. I mean, Starless is definitely for the stats also. But I think the mythic property on there is also good. When you say any build is viable without the expansion. I mean, I'm sure there are builds, but I think most build guides out there are doing expansion-based things because that's the new thing. But I'm sure there's going to be viable builds without it. What those are, I have no idea. We've had 2 mythics drop now, Eldurin and Perdition. Eldurin seems really fun for speed farming. Yeah, it's basically Ingeom from Diablo 3. I don't think it's as good as Ingeom, just because this game doesn't quite function the same way D3 did. But it definitely feels useful. I know the new Stork Infinite Teleport build uses it. You had the Mythic Seal that allows 1 less set for the bonus? Yeah. That, which is basically the Ring of Royal Grandeur from Diablo 3. While you're leveling or just going through the campaign, at what point do you start trying to get gear specific perks instead of just the best stuff you can find? So generally, when I'm playing, like if I find something that I know is going to be good for my build in the end game, cool. But from like 1 to 70, generally I'm just throwing whatever on, because like stuff like you get new drops so often that like stopping to replace it constantly is just going to get annoying. Maybe a few key aspects that you can slap on your gear, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. But like when you salvage items, like legendary specifically, it does add those powers to your Codex of Powers so you can reapply them to gear later. So like if you see something that seems good for your build, you don't want to make sure that you salvage it rather than like sell it. That way you have the power later if you want to bring it back to new gear. Yeah, I have yet to see a Mythic Charm, or Mythic Seal, but that's mostly because I keep getting characters into the endgame, play them for a couple days, and then start something new. So I've spent more time leveling than I have in the endgame. This is your first ARPG. You've gone off the deep end with playtime. You've been grinding non-stop. Hell yeah. Yeah, the game's pretty damn good. And it feels like it just, like, now it's at the point where it feels like it keeps getting better. Why don't you get the Whisper Caches and level that way? I enjoy leveling, number 1. Number 2 is I'm also trying to make build guides, so I want to make sure this feels good for leveling. You have so much to learn about the game. There is a lot to learn. But hey, hang out. You're more than welcome to ask questions anytime. I'm better when it comes to like general questions, not class-specific questions, but I'm trying to learn more about each class. I'm a good dude to learn from. What up, Orby? Orby came for his weekly smooches. Bow, 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 bow. Where they at? Everywhere. All at once. You love the new loot filter feature? Really brought you back to D4? Hell yeah. Yeah, loot filters were huge for me specifically. Because I built a whole ass website around loot filters. Yes, a whole ass website. Trying a Zeal build with your pally. Hopefully it's not as painful as the D2 one. I've heard people liking Zeal. I've never tried it. But yeah, if you're looking for loot filters, DiabloFilter.com is a great place for them. You had to manually do yours on console. It sucked doing it, but it was worth it. So that's another thing that I just did for DiabloFilter.com. I'll pull it up here in a second. Oh, I'm on a timer. On DiabloFilter.com, we recently made it to where anytime anyone uploads a loot filter, like normally the text that's on there, like the export code is just absolute gibberish, but we made it to where it automatically decodes the code into readable loot filters, so anybody on console can look at the list and recreate it themselves. If you don't want to figure it out for yourself, you can just copy what somebody else did. You do unfortunately still have to input it manually, but it's all laid out for you exactly like it is in game. Boom, 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 boom. Sounds like a win? I like to think so. So for amulets in the cube, you can use the unique dust to keep rolling the transfigure until you get the one you want. Yeah. Then you transfigure again after and get a second transfigure. Yes. Yes. So with the one that adds to the amulet specifically, it's gonna add an additional legendary power to it, and then when you transfigure it normally, it'll do one of the normal transfigures, which I don't think it can like replace any of the ones that you have on there. Although you can also do the safe one, the entropic or whatever. Do I have any on me? Probably not. Yeah, I don't have any on this character. That makes sense. I'm not in Endgame yet. You're trying to figure it out with the context clues, but what's loot filter? So a loot filter is basically you can just set rules that says like, if items have these qualities, I'm going to like recolor it to red. So when it drops on the ground, it shows up as red. So like these boots are normally, I can't take it off because I'm in the Undercity. You can make it to where it hides gear you don't want to see, or it'll change the color of stuff that you definitely want to pick up and stuff like that. You're on your 5th Stork build, having trouble with it, feels like you're stuck and being pulled back. Huh. Weird. The second one can replace some stats unless you choose the safe one. It can replace stats? I haven't seen it replace stats. I've seen it put bad things on. Like, I've seen it put, like, indestructible or, like, 2 item quality, but I haven't seen it replace anything. It can? That's why they call it risky? I thought they called it risky because you could get just, like, outcomes that don't do anything good. Because I know the risky one takes away the possibility of getting, like, the gem strength and stuff, but it also takes away the possibility of getting indestructible. Wish we had more than 25 rule limit. I agree with that. Although, I feel like most rules don't need more than that. There's probably smarter ways to put your rule in to where you can, like, kind of share rules. But yeah, I mean, just having an arbitrary limit kind of sucks. It can replace, you've seen it with your own eyes? Damn. I guess I've gotten lucky then. Personally, though, I feel like doing the risky method is almost always worth it. Just don't do it on gear that you're not willing to part with. So maybe don't do it on your first piece of the season. But once you already have a good one, go big or go home. I think it's possible to add something to the Diablo filter that lets you copy and paste a filter, and it gives you the console filter list as well. So, unfortunately, console does not have the functionality to import, which is why I had to do it the way that I did it. Like, the option's not even there. But as I was showing earlier, we did make it to where if you go into any filter, if you pull this down where it says show rules, it breaks it down. Rule 1, codex upgrade check, recolor it this color. This one is if it's a mythic unique, recolor it this color, and it shows every single rule on every single filter. So if you want to just copy one of these, you can do it. You don't mean to import, you mean to copy and paste the filter list to the site and it spits out the rules. Yeah, that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. Do you mean so to where you can like just paste in your own filter code and see the rules without actually posting it as a filter? Because you could always just post it as like an unlisted filter and then it would just pop out the rules on the unlisted filter. Also, you can just transfigure on random gear and just wait if you get gem strength modifiable. True. True. Yeah, I would say just copy in your filter and then post it as unlisted and it'll generate the rule for you. Or the rules list. Hey, we made it to 70. Time for Paragon and all that shit. My favorite. Alright. I did kind of rough out some Paragon. So I can at least put something in here. You just purchased Diablo 4, the base version with no DLC. Am I still able to play with your friends and gear your character out without having to get the DLC? Yes, but you won't be able to do any of the content that is gated behind the expansion or get the loot that is gated behind the expansion, but you'll still be able to do most of this stuff, yeah. If you're leveling, 6 Whisper Cash and max and all, yep. That is true. Personally, I like leveling, so I still level. Also, I'm working on like leveling build guides and stuff, so I don't want to just skip that. I want to make sure that it actually feels good. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. And then are either of these good? What do I want here? Eliminator. I do have. Cool. They really need to at least give us the option to make Paragon new each tune if we want to. I would love that. Both Paragon and War Plans, I feel like we should have the option to make it character specific or share with our account. Did you get my Sork up to T12? Yes. And killed Bartuk? Yeah, I killed Bartuk. Bartuk grind is really boring. Just Infernal Hordes? It's not the most fun. Okay, we want Scent of Death. And we want it, yep, that way. Your least favorite thing about D4 is how bad Necromancer's minions are compared to other RPGs. They're definitely better this expansion than they were in the past, but they could be better for sure. What are you watching here? I'm putting in my Paragon? You got a problem? I know I can't play Paladin or Warlock because you don't have the DLC, but for the base game, is there a class that you recommend that you can play for your first time through? So I really like Sork and Barbarian are my favorite two, which are available without either expansion. But generally, I feel like everybody's different, so you gotta just figure out what you enjoy. Am I dragging Paragon nodes? No. So on PC, if you control click, it automatically paths in the shortest distance to whatever you're control clicking to. Did Whirlwind Barb get nerfed? Nope. Whirlwind Barb feels fantastic. Gonna make people restart again and try Sork? Uh-oh. Yeah, if you're on console, you can just click on a node and hold the button, and it'll do the same thing. Okay, so now we want to go to Flesh Eater. Nope, not joking. Timmy, I've made so many videos about it. Okay, I've made one video, but still. It was a very popular video. And I posted on TikTok and YouTube, and we've talked about it a bunch of times. Where are you half the time? All you see is Whirlwind Barbs? You want an energy drink, but it's already 5 p.m.? I mean, it is what it is. You believe it was last season that we were able to do? I believe it was last season that we were able to... Wait, do what? Last season we were able to do what? The hold button? Oh, that's been in there for a while. At least since Vessel of Hatred launched. But a lot of people didn't learn about it until more recently. I didn't learn about it until, I think, 2 seasons ago. And then the devs are like, yeah, we put that in there a while ago. Thanks for letting us know, guys. The Knight's Penitent in this game look cool AF? Yeah. Yeah. I lost my place. Where was I? We want the... There we go. Okay. From here... I don't even know what I want to do. So this funny post on Bone Spirit, just emo ball lightning. I can see it. I can see it. We're just gonna do this. Spend my points this way. Beautiful. We'll worry about this some other day. This Paragon board is some other Riz's problem. Just click shit. Just click shit. It's fine. This is efficient, right? Holy moly. Nailed it. Just get them all. Gearing this build is a challenge, which is an understatement. Uh-oh. Alright, Undercity time. Also, Golem. Getting the answer quickly, never said correctly? I'm sorry, what? What happened? Alright, Penitent. See how this goes. Okay. Actually, we're doing the pit. We're going to try to unlock Torment 1, see how it goes. It should be fine. Oh, the Paragon board plugging? Yeah. Paragon's my favorite. I love Paragon. Diablo or Path of Exile? Are you asking what game this is, or this is Diablo 4? Love when I don't lie to you? I would never lie. Why would I lie to you? Which do I prefer?
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
I really like both games. You can't get rapid ossification to drop. In other words, do you want to enjoy the game or pull your hair out? I enjoy both. I enjoy games that make me want to pull my hair out, but then feel satisfying when I actually accomplish what is making me pull my hair out. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. What's the biggest difference for you between them? So the way that I always describe it is Diablo is checkers, Path of Exile is chess. They're both fun games. They're similar games, but very different. But they're both fun depending on what you're in the mood for. If you want something that's more simple, Diablo is better. It's more blasty, more arcadey. PoE is much more of a grind. There's a lot more to learn. It's much more difficult, but it's also a fun game. This expansion made the game just complex, though. It definitely added some complexity, but I really don't think it's nearly as bad as other ARPGs. It's worth noting he gave up on Banjo-Kazooie because it was too hard. He decided to play Elden Ring instead. That's true. That happened. That is accurate. Your only problem with Path of Exile is a personal issue? Oh. You have to be locked in for PoE 2? Yeah, you like mindlessly blasting while falling asleep? Yeah. That's fair. You've only reached level 100 on PoE once. The grind's really bad. I don't even think I've ever gotten to 90, if I'm being honest. Maybe once. But I've never really cared about that grind. I've never gotten to 300 in Diablo either. And I play this game a shitload. I've just never really cared to push a character that hard. Hey, Torment 1's finished. It's wild how much power you get from that Torment. Or that Paragon. That Paragon stuff. The fact you lose so much experience when you die pushes you away from PoE. That's fair. 99 and D2 still the best pacing. I think I would agree with that. Did you like it before or after Terror Zones better? Go Torment 2, see how that feels. Orby, I'm guessing you're going back to D2 on Friday? Thursday? What day is it? Whenever the new season starts? I'm torn. Like, I want to play D2, but I also still want to play D4. You know, saying I fall asleep while playing D4 might sound like a critique of it, but it isn't. Just an old dad show. No, I got that. I got that. I know you enjoy the game. You're not one of the haters. Before was egregious. TZ's make it doable but still a grind. Yeah. Like, before Terra's, well, I guess it hasn't changed because I haven't gone this far since, but like, the highest I've ever gotten in D2, and I've played D2 for tens of thousands of hours. I've never gotten past 94. I've just never cared to do it. And I played recklessly and die a lot. D2 has seasons? It does, yep. The new season starts, I think it's Friday. And they just did the Reign of the Warlock DLC pack, what, 4 months ago at this point? And we're getting major changes to the Warlock class. And we're hopeful that at BlizzCon this year, we might be getting an expansion announcement. You'll be on D2R come Friday. Also, you know, a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but you'll be holding off on PoE 2 come the 29th. Gotcha. Why would people hate you for that? I think you made it to the 260s one time. Quickly realized 300 wasn't your future. Yeah, considering 260 isn't even halfway. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate it. D2 expansion would be crazy. I think we're going to get it. I really do. I'm on the hopium train, but I think it's going to happen. I think at BlizzCon we'll probably get like a tease for it. I think we're still pretty far away from it. But like, I just can't imagine that they would hire people on to do the Reign of the Warlock DLC pack and then like have it be wildly successful and then not keep going. With the new drop, so many people are going to be getting on it, but you think for yourself the best call would be to stick to D2R with, yeah, that's valid. Yeah, I'm torn. Like, I want to play D4, I want to play D2, and I want to play PoE. So it's just like, shit. Maybe I do all of them at launch, I don't know. But like, right now, I don't have a huge draw to go back to D2 as much as I love the game. But if they do an expansion, I'll be grinding the fuck out of that. You like when you see a purple drop? Hell yeah. What game? Diablo 4. You don't know if it's your gear, but ball lightning stork doesn't feel good? It could be your gear. Mine felt pretty good. Although I was having more fun on Chain Lightning, if I'm being honest. It wasn't as strong, but the playstyle was more fun. Probably won't go back to PoE 2 until 1.0, so later this year. You're just doing patch launch 2. Definitely won't be. Definitely playing PoE 2 patch when it drops. Yeah, I'm excited about all of them. How is Necro different this season? Or how is it this season? So I'm notoriously a Necro hater, but with the skill tree revamp, I was determined to find a build that I liked, and so far I'm enjoying this one. But I haven't done anything else to compare it, so. And we just hit Endgame. Is Evade Counterswarm Spiritborn any good? I haven't played Spiritborn since the expansion. I haven't played it really since Season 6. So I don't know, but I've heard Spiritborn still pretty good. How is Negro different this season? Riz playing one? That is true. That is true. This is the first season that's convinced you to try Barb. I am a Barb enjoyer. But yeah, they're good this season. You're doing a normal first day push race thing, then probably Theorycraft the Firelock for peeps. They seemed to like what you did last season. I really liked it for leveling until I got to Hell, and then had to deal with immunes and very quickly dipped out, but it was fun. And then I went into the Echoing Strike stuff, and I'm like, oh, well that feels different.
May you find your way back.
Pew, 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 pew. All right. It's expensive to get where it needs to be to carry P8, but it's enjoyable. Oh, I've never worried about any of that. I just care about, like, can I comfortably get and play into hell? Like, I couldn't do anything in hell at first. Just as soon as I hit a fire immune, I was, like, completely stuck. But my mercenary was ass. What set am I using? Oh, I don't have one yet. It's going pretty good, Jordan. How you doing? What's up? Attack speed or int? We'll do int. What's my favorite game of all time? The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And number 2 is Diablo 2.
Step up to my end here.
Finished top 10 last season without being meta. It's got the power. But when you did that, did you already had gear or no? Like, how did you push through hell with it? Or were you playing in a group? Because that's different. Just quit your minimum wage job? Ah, shit. Time to get a better one. Started. Okay. Yeah, if you're playing in groups, that's different. If you're playing solo, it's a little bit more of a struggle. And I'm usually alone because I like to eat worms by myself.
Pity to break another's work. Back to it then.
Riz is a loser loner. It is what it is. You had to be there by 4 a.m. to make only $15 an hour and have coaches and managers yelling at you. Yeah, that sucks. That's never fun to be yelled at. Did I just say I like tapeworms? No, I said I like to eat worms. All by myself. Needs to stop being self-deprecating. I mean, was that self-deprecating that I like to be by myself? I don't know. Maybe. What am I... brain. Oh, I need to change difficulty. Likes to slurp on worms. I'm gonna stop making those noises. That was the last one, I promise. I'm a cool... No, you're a cool guy. The coolest guy. Pew, pew. Heyo! Thank you for the subby. Appreciate it. Your whole mentality was that you don't get up at the crack of dawn, work your minimum wage, take crap. Yeah, that's shitty. Your bald ass head turns red. Let me rub it. Wait, which one? Never mind. Shit. It's a dope build. I'm liking it. It's coming together well. It's definitely slow right now, but we just hit endgame, so I'm sure I'll speed it up once I get more aspects and stuff and better gear. Yeah, this do be the early stages of the Bonerdin. this way. You're being summoned for some gaming. Keep kicking ass. Hell yeah. Enjoy your gaming. I hope you win. How we doing here? Pretty good, pretty good. How you doing? We just chilling. You know, I really want my corpse explosion. Like, instead of, like, needing a corpse and, like, casting it where the corpse is, I wish I could just do that explosion from my character. That'd be cool. I wonder if there's any possibility of making that happen through legendaries or uniques. I become the corpse that explodes. I don't know. I haven't looked through everything that's available yet. It's scaring you? What is? What's scaring you? Having fun on it's that part's scaring me too a little bit. But I think it's because I'm trying to do my own thing instead of like blindly copying other people's builds that I just don't vibe with. Just got 4 seals from the Undercity. When did you start necroing? This is my own build. Yes, I started this yesterday, and it's going pretty good. We just hit 70, so still don't have anything for gear, but it's going pretty well. But now I worry that if I play Necro in the future, I'm only ever going to play this build. I got to figure out how to really, like, how do I maximize this build? What do I tweak? What do I pivot into? How do I scale this damage? I don't know yet. Do I should play like 8 seasons of Sork Arclash? I haven't done Arclash in a hot minute. Although I did think about trying to make an Arclash build work this season. Is that my next character? Do I do another Sork and try to make Arclash work? Maybe. Maybe. Although the variants that they had didn't sound super tasty. I think there was like an Ice Lash. I did think about doing what did I call it? Oh right, the Cool Whip. That's what I was gonna call it, the Cool Whip Sork. Because Arclash looks like you're whipping, and it was a nice Anyways, wasn't Arclash like season 0 strat? Yeah. And I've always wanted it to come back, and it was just never really good after that. I was a big Arclash enjoyer. Like, it never did the biggest numbers, but it did so many little numbers really, really fast. It was fun. Alright, Nightmare Dungeon. Bow, 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 bow. Fun fact, you haven't played Sork since season 0, but it was the first class you bought cosmetics for. Nice. Yeah, I would say I'm a Sork main. I'm pretty sure I've played one every season, but I've played pretty much everything. You're a druid enjoyer? I do like druids as well. I haven't done druid yet this season, but I am excited. I'll probably do druid next. You also were a first season Sork and didn't return to Sork until a couple of seasons ago, and boy, it's fun. It really is. Preseason Sork? Yeah. Druid felt weak to you, but maybe you didn't give it enough levels. So Druid is one of the slower starters. Like their power and just physical movement speed are pretty slow until you get a little bit of gear going. You're about to power level a Sork for shits and giggles? Do it. They need to seriously buff Forgotten Souls drops, constantly going back and forth. Did you know that you can convert the yellow ones, the Veiled Crystals, to Forgotten Souls, I believe, at the Alchemist, I believe? Because I've done that quite a bit. He just dropped his pants. You're drowning in Forgotten Crystals, so that's shocking to hear. Yep. I think it's... Yeah, Veiled Crystals. I'm pretty sure you can turn those into Forgotten Souls. Maybe it's Baleful Fragments. I could be mistaken. I don't remember. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'll have to double check that. Is it both? Okay. How's Necromancer doing? Pretty good so far. Hi, Kirby. Wait. What is that last word? I don't know that word. How's it going, Smog? Bow, 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 bow. Korean red pepper paste? Ooh, I'd put it in my mouth. Clip that? Hi, Zero. Don't clip that. Unnecessary clippage. I say way worse every stream. I've said much worse just today. Put anything in your... What does that say? Does that say Cozy Ho? What's my build? This is a Bone Spirit build that I'm putting together. Is phrasing always an issue here? A little bit. A little bit. Intentionally so. Bone Storm, true. So one thing that you should know if you're gonna hang out here. Where is it? Where is it? Where'd I put it? Oh yeah. I apologize to anybody I'm about to offend. Anyways. I put a lot of weird things in my mouth on stream. You missed the big duck? Yep. Would you come back to? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It was. I was just putting a bunch of wieners in my mouth. It's fine. It happens sometimes. People gotta eat. You know, the fact that I was five wieners at a time. I don't know. It is what it is. Don't judge. Makes you want a hot dog real bad? Same, though. Holy Frankfurter, Batman. Trying to decide on burgers or sandwiches. Burger cleanup feels like a lot. Depends how you make the burger. What's the comfiest class right now if you start from the beginning? I would say Sork and Barb both felt equally comfy. But those are also my two favorite classes, so I might be biased there. Haven't played in a long time. Air fry is always easiest cleanup. True. Yeah, Sork and Barb both felt real smooth. We're gonna put that on. At this point, just put on the 850s, Riz. It's fine. Druid's easiest? Druid starts very slow, but it gets pretty good. We can make these work. I'll keep the one I have there. Essence regen is going to be very useful for my build. You want screen clear pulverize to come back so bad? Does pulverize not do that well anymore? What about the new ones? So Paladin and Warlock. I haven't played Paladin this season. Warlock felt fine, but it didn't scale as easily as the other classes did. Although I've been playing my own builds, I haven't been playing meta builds. If you look up build guides by people who know builds better than me, you could probably put one together that's pretty strong. But yeah, I haven't done Paladin. Warlock felt decent.
That's it for that piece.
Might make a meta build Warlock just to see what it's like. I want to make all of my own builds first, and then play the meta builds to see how much power I left on the table. My Warlock, I made it to T10 comfortably. 11 was scary. But my Sork shredded in 12. Warlock is potent though. You're using a meta build and beat the latest expansion with it. Nice. Well, it came out in the latest expansion, so that checks out. Apocalypse Warlock, yeah, I want to try Apocalypse and the Fallen Lunatic. I haven't tried either of those yet. Are any of these worth putting on? Maybe. Tides of Blood Vajra? That's a word. That's a word that exists. Alright. But I do think now is a good time for me to call it for the day. I do need to get some food, and I need to be in bed in a couple hours. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Probably going to be playing more of this tomorrow. The Necro, specifically. Because I'm having fun with it. Which is not a sentence I thought I would be saying. But I'm saying it. And it is what it is. But thank you guys for hanging out. For anybody who stayed from the raid, I appreciate you. Hope to see you again. Otherwise, I will see y'all soon. Later.